thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And if you are subscribed, make sure that you've clicked the notification bell icon that's next to the subscribe button. It's a new thing within the last year or so. And unfortunately, people who have subscribed wanting to be notified that when new videos post, they're not notified because now there's a new bell that you have to click if you want to get notified. So be sure to click that notification bell that's next to where the subscribe button is if you want to get notified when new videos are posted. So I wanted to talk about, actually, more than talk. I'm going to give you my experience, but I want to hear mostly from you guys. I think this is a really rich topic, and a lot of people email me or question me about it. And it's a rich topic that I've researched because, like many of you, I've wanted to figure it out. And what I am referring to is I had an idea, like many of you, to buy land, bare land or land with minimal, structures, and then park my RV on it, and then, live in my RV kind of, permanently, or, maybe build something later, but not live in the RV short time, have it be kind of a thing that I could live in my RV, parked on my own land. So let's see, the first places that I looked into it were in Arizona. And here I'm just going to tell you everything that I've ran into because, it was weeks or even months here and there of doing all this research. So if it can help you out, good. And also I'm sure many of you have also researched it, found loopholes and things like that. So please share your experience because there's a lot of people that want to know about it. And there is a link in the description of this video I created a forum topic on my RV Living forum. And there you can put more extensive information because sometimes if there's too many words in the comments, it gets spammed, so YouTube won't allow it. So you can post in the comments on YouTube, but even better, if you've got some really great information, please click that link in the description of the video to go to my RV Living forum where that topic has already been created, and then we can have much more discussions on it and share a lot of knowledge on it. So I started looking for land when I was in Arizona. I was looking first in the East Valley. So for those who are familiar, and if you're not, doesn't matter. I was looking in Apache Junction, and I was looking in Queen Creek. I was finding some zoning that would allow mobile home use, and I've seen some people get around it by putting their RV on land and then taking off the wheels. So it's technically a mobile home, but it's not an RV where some places are going to get stickier, depending. I found that first, to get an address, and I needed an address to get water or even electric. I was going to do electric minimal, and have like a refrigerator on it, but then do a whole nother circuit system on solar. But some places are like, oh, you can't live off solar. So I was like, well, I'll do like a little bit of a trickle maintenance and charge a refrigerator on city power. So to get city power, I called and I found that you have to have an address. Okay, so this particular lot didn't have an address. So I was like, okay, well, how am I going to get an address? I called on that. And I would need to have a structure. I was like, oh, great. And I thought, well, that's kind of fine because then I can say, yeah, I live there. They even were like, you could put up a structure like some people do. It has to have a toilet with a percentage of walls around the toilet. And then you can call that the structure of that lot. I was finding that pretty much something in that area for, if I can recall correctly, okay guys, for 30 square feet, because they said it could be a garage. It could be like a 2-car garage or something to fulfill as your structure, or even 1 car or whatever. I was finding it was going to be about $30,000. So I thought, okay, so that's going to be about $30,000. So then I was like, okay, once I get an address, then I got to put electric or water in. Now, if you want to put electric in, which some places they will require it, it depends on how far the electric pole is. And I've even heard from some people, it doesn't even depend if it's on the lot or if it's across the street from the lot. Some people will be like, oh, we'll just put it in, no big deal. And then other people are like, oh, well, we're going to charge you, so much money per foot that they have to run that, which makes sense. But what I was finding is that there was very hard to pin down exactly how much it was going to cost. And one of those pedestals that I was quoted, it was like a few $1,000s. I can't remember if it was 3 or 7. But it was kind of crazy. I was like, that was pretty surprising. And I thought, okay, well, how much will a well cost? Because I would love to be on a well and, again, have limited city utilities. The well was going to be like maybe $20,000 to $30,000 or something like that. But given the price that I called on several years ago, and that is Arizona. That's going through rock. Now, if you go out into Oklahoma, you might have to only dig 50 feet, and it's super cheap dollars per foot that they have to drill. So everywhere is going to be very different. Just know that, this is how they measure these costs or how it comes in, and my experience too. So what would be kind of ideal that I found is not actually getting bare land, unless it was a great deal, not actually getting bare land, but getting land with a structure on it or land with an address already. And maybe in many places that means it has a structure on it. The coolest part in my mind, I'm still looking for like this perfect solution to cheap RV living. Cheap RV living with freedom and the home base and, ability to do stuff on your land and projects and stuff like that. I think the best thing to do would be get something with like a small house on it. You can rent that house out and then park your RV on it, so it's not like the only domicile is an RV. You could say it's parked, and people aren't living in it regularly. And if you're kind of tucked back farther, then you might be able to get away with it. Now, most neighborhoods, most places with single family residences, they don't allow people to live in their RVs. However, it happens. So, finding that right land and county, that's not so nosy, plus the right land where you can't really see what people are doing. It's kind of an ideal thing in my mind, because then you get the rental income, plus you get a place to park for free, or that your renters are paying for, and you get the land. So I want to know what you guys have found. I know there's probably plenty of you who have managed this situation. Oh, by the way, you could even live in the house and rent the RV out. That's an idea too. But I wouldn't trust renters in RVs because RVs are so flimsy. But anyway, I do want to give you a story. Handy Bob, if you ever searched RV solar on the internet, you've come across Handy Bob's blog. So I went out to visit him and his wife in Montana, very rural Montana, which the more rural you go, the cheaper it gets and the more freedom you have. And they, very impressively, they built their entire house, their entire water collection system, and septic tank, all that sort of stuff, completely off-grid. They built it off-grid. He milled the trees from his property, let them sit and rest, or whatever the term is, for like 2 years, so the timbers were going to be perfect for building. And he did it all on solar. He's like the solar genius. Anyway, yeah, if you don't know Handy Bob, check out his blog. You'll have to type in Handy Bob and find what the website is. It might just be handybob.com. But he did it, so it's possible. People are doing it, and he's had it inspected by the county, and, out there. It's also might be a little bit more, live and let be, but it's all inspected, totally built by themselves, and 100% on solar, which is really cool. And then when you walk in the house, it's not like the walls are made of colored glass, or like pieces of garbage. It's like really nice in their house. So I want to ask you guys, please, any information you have, because I know states are different, counties are different, cities, municipalities, I don't even know, right? There's so many differences. I'd love to hear your guys' findings, loopholes you've found, or anything like that. I think it's such a popular topic because so many people are looking for that cheaper way to live in their RV with land, kind of out underneath other people's thumbs and stuff like that. So please go to that link and share your experiences. I'm super excited to hear about them. And remember, if you have subscribed and not hit the notification bell, be sure to hit that notification bell on the way out. It helps the channel. It helps the channel look like, to YouTube, it looks better, so the channel's recommended more, and it helps it out that way. So I appreciate that, guys. I will see you on my RV Living Forum at pipnings.com, and we can discuss all the findings. Thanks so much.